Garages. People use Brill cleaner all over the garage. What they like for most of all is a degreaser for the floor. In a garage, floor always gets slippery and dirty, and what this does, it degreases. I will say to people the best way to clean a floor is not necessarily put it in a mop and bucket, because when you put the product in the bucket, after 4 or 5 goes, the bucket is absolutely filthy dirty. So the better way to clean it is to actually spray it on, put about this much in the sprayer, spray it on the floor and literally just mop it up. Now this will keep the floor wonderfully clean, and at the same time it's silicone free, so when it's dry there's no way you're going to slip on it. Now that's just for the floor. Garages always have jacks, dirty grease all over the jacks. What this does, it cleans all the jacks out, all the grease off the side. If it's really bad, you can get oxidisation on these jacks, well they call lifts, I think they're called, and this will get all the oxidisation off as well if you use the cleaner at about 1 to 5, which is basically what I've got in here. You can go up to about that sort of strength, and that will get really tough, heavy grease up. Don't forget Brill, if you use it half cleaner, half water, that will clean the engine of a car, a degreaser. What people like as well, when you use other products, they can leave a white film on the engine. This won't. All you do is you spray on and then just hose it off, and that's it. Okay, the other thing people like it for, of course, is for alloys. Because the cleaner's got no acid in it, it's not going to damage the wheel. A lot of the alloyed wheel cleaner you buy, they're acid base. So when you put it on the wheel, what can happen, it can take the lacquer off and it can damage the wheels. When you go into a car wash, they use an acid base cleaner. So they always clean the wheels first and then they hose it all off. If you buy the products you buy from these car accessory places, you've got to wash it, because if you don't hose them off, it can actually bite in and damage the wheels. Brill, you can leave it on as long as you like and it won't damage it. And of course people like this who've got motorbikes for the same reason, because chrome, you want to keep it lovely and clean, but you don't want to damage that chrome, and Brill cleaner won't do that. The other thing about the cleaner, it's biodegradable, so it washes away with water, so you're not going to have any harmful residues left behind. As far as your hand's concerned, if you use, you've got to be careful with all chemicals that you put on your hands, but basically if you put it on your hands, it's not a hand cleaner, but it's not going to damage your hands. The only thing it can do to your hands, if you kept rubbing it in your hands full strength, which is highly unlikely, it will take the fats off your hands, and the fats, because you've got no fats on your hands could be open to infection. So I always say to people, if you're going to use the cleaner strong, wear these gloves, okay, and then you know your hands are protected. You can see if I put it in my hands, now this is mixed up about 1 to 5, you can see that's a soap. It's a soap base, rub it hard, there's no tingling effect on your hands, it's basically a soap. You can handle soap, you can normally handle this. Also on the car, you can use it on all the interior of the car. Now, what people especially like it for is for car seats. Okay, you get all sorts of stains on car seats. The kids put jam and bubble gum, grease and like that. This will lift all that off quite easily. The only thing it won't take out of the car seat is a dye, which is good. If you know if you've got something that takes the dye out, it's no good for a car seat. If you do the car seat, I always recommend to tell people to clean the whole seat. So you spray it on all over the seat, and then you brush it, and then you wipe it off with a toweling or so you know you get it all even. So when it dries, you have no ringing effect, so it looks like you've got a brand new seat. If you don't want to do the back, put a toweling underneath and lift it over the back so it doesn't splash onto the back seat, because if it does, you're going to have to do the back seat as well. The other thing which people like it for is leather, especially down the side of the arms. We get these hand grease marks and stuff like that. When you clean leather, it's very important that you don't just spray on the leather willy-nilly. All you do is you spray it on a cloth or a sponge, then clean the leather. Get it all nice and even. Because if you put any chemical on leather, you can get what's called leather spotting, and it will actually spot your leather. It doesn't look all that great. But this, you just spray it on and just wipe it off, and it brings your leather up brand new again. Now don't forget there's no silicones in the chemical, so it's not going to shine your leather, it's going to clean it. So it may be a good idea afterwards to put a leather restorer on the top. When you buy leather cleaners, I mean good leather cleaners, £8 or £9 for a litre of cleaner, and then by the side of it you can buy a leather restore, which is like a moisture, like a cream. I always say to people, if you've got some of that, put it over the top.